welcome to my safe haven, everybody. Thank you for joining me here for another spooky review on the Black Gay Comic Geek channel. You see, I got my little spooky lights, the ambiance, the red going on for the season finale of Chucky. But guys, really quick, we are talking spoilers for this episode of Chucky. So if you have not seen this episode of Chucky or the season of Chucky, you need to dip, or you can stay and give me the watch time. I appreciate it, but you will be spoiled for this episode and this season of Chucky. So also with that, being that this episode of Chucky, we had Charles Lee Ray, Chucky assembling the army here on the show. I wanted to do a special episode with the season finale. I wanted to assemble my own army. And I mention all the time when I go live with other people, I'm like, damn, I want to have somebody else gay on the show. I usually, when I have Frankie and Ron and everybody, I'm only gay here on the Black Gay Comic Geek channel. And the person I have on this show, he's the person that, this is the first time on the show, somebody I knew about since first, I found out about him first time on Lovecraft Country. I was trying to find other Black reviewers for Lovecraft Country. A friend of mine actually sent me the link to his channel, and I pulled up when he was live, and I was like, okay, I like this guy. And this guy is a horror aficionado, kind of like me, like you guys. I don't know if you guys can see his background right now, but he has all the horror stuff. I'm jealous of all his stuff. So yeah, I want to introduce Bobby from Bobby Likes It Spooky. His YouTube and all that stuff is going to be in the links in the description box below. So definitely check him out, follow him. So yeah, Bobby, introduce yourself.
Hey, well, thanks for that marvelous introduction. Hocus Pocus reference, if y'all didn't catch that.
No, I didn't catch that.
Come on, man.
I've only seen it once, and that was actually I think I seen it for the first time maybe a year or two ago.
Ooh, we're gonna talk after this, man.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
He's not coming back to the show, guys.
I have nothing but good things to say. But thank you again for that. I really appreciate it. And I did not know that story. I mean, I remember you told me about Lovecraft Country, and I've seen you in the chats and commented and stuff. But I didn't know a friend sent you a link, and then you was watching, and then you end up liking me. That's pretty dope. Thank you. That's new to me.
Thank you to my friend Christian, even though she's not watching this, but so
well,
yeah, she's the one that sent me the link to your channel, and that's how I found out about
together. Oh, well, yes, I'm definitely a horror aficionado like yourself, also a queer Black man like yourself, and I'm happy to be here. And yes, I have a YouTube channel called Bobby Likes It Spooky. I do nothing but horror movie reviews. I do horror themed ratings. Sometimes I'm occasionally on your live with friends, just talking about American Horror Story and just, whatever I have excuse to get on live, I'll try to do that with friends or even myself, just the bullshit. But yeah, that's what all my channels about, just having fun and connecting with people like yourself, Mike. And yeah, I just want to on there just talking horror. That's it.
Yeah, guys, look at this guy's super official. He got the TV screen in the background with his logo and his name. I need to step up my production quality here on this channel. I need to get a TV. I plan on getting a TV on this wall. I want a 4K TV, but the TV I want is $2,500 because I'm a little bougie, and I want an 82 inch. I want an 82 inch. So maybe once I get
82, that's the whole wall.
That is the whole wall behind me. But I'm if I'm gonna get a TV, I need to be able to do it. I want my mother to I want it to be so big and so loud that my mother screams at me turn that shit down, because my mother lives right upstairs. If you don't,
yeah, I remember watching one of your lives and you were saying that, and I was just like, oh, that's cool. Even though me and my mom we don't live too far apart from each other, but I wouldn't mind living in the same apartment building with her or anything. I feel like that would be a lot of fun sometimes.
Yeah, a lot of people think I live with her, even though it's my own apartment. I still live I live in her house. It's no, we both paying rent to a landlord. We just live in two different units in the same building or same house. But anyway,
yeah, as long as she's not watching who you bring in, in and out the house or the apartment.
No,
I should say.
But I have my own entrance.
Okay.
So yeah. But sometimes there's a door right here. I can actually move the camera, but right here,
Okay.
There's a door that connects to her apartment. This is how she, like, I can go upstairs to her apartment. She can come
Oh,
downstairs
that's
to mine.
dope.
So I generally leave it unlocked for her to
Okay.
come down. But sometimes, you know, she be coming down like a, you know, I'm about to tell her myself, but yeah, she be coming down. I'll be like fully naked. And I'm like, don't come down. Like, I don't got no clothes on. Like, knock.
Right.
So, like,
okay.
yeah.
I love that.
So
you
now
gotta not. You forget, like, this is my own space, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
like,
you gotta.
I could have been doing something else besides just, I could have been naked doing something else. And she coming down here.
Yeah.
Well, no, if that happens, I'll lock the door. If that's doing, yeah, I'll lock the door for that. But like, just in general, yeah, I don't leave it locked. But anyway, when I hear about talking about me being there, I mean, well, some people would be interested. Somebody did hit me up like, "Oh, are you starting are you starting the OnlyFans?" I was like, absolutely no.
Whatever. Who's being them DMs, huh? I know they be up in there.
Not people be telling me that a lot, but not as many people as you think. I don't get a whole lot of that.
Okay.
So I see that face. You don't believe me. But anyway, let's talk about but first and foremost, since it is your first time on the show and I have a review on every single episode, when we get specifically into this finale, give your what's your general thoughts of Chucky series and your relationship with the Child's Play, which actually, guys, he has his own Chucky doll. If you want to show that off. Yeah.
Oh gosh, okay. His name is not Chucky, his name is Charlie.
I mean, that's Charles Lee Ray. So yeah, give your thoughts of the series so far and your obviously your relationship. I've been saying before, like, I've always wanted a Chucky doll since I was young. And my mother kept saying, hell no, you ain't bringing that dumb thing in my house. And now when I try to look up, now I got my own apartment, I got my own job, I got my own money, but now it's like $700 for like an official good guy Chucky doll. And I'm like, I don't know about that.
This, by the way, guys, this one's not official, and I did not pay $700 for that. So yeah, I paid like $80. That's it. The official ones, like you said, Mike, they're around like $500, and that's a lot. So
I know, yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And I already spent like $400 on a official Hasbro Galactus, like a 32-inch, which I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm like, I don't know, I can't do that again.
Every once in a while, you know, splurge, treat yourself. I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. Just every once in a while, treat yourself. And I feel like if that's the way you're treating yourself, why the fuck not? Now me, I love Chucky, but I'm not paying $500. If it was somebody like a different horror villain that I love more than Chucky with Michael Myers, then maybe I may consider. But Chucky, I love him, but I'm not that much in love with him. So yeah. But my relationship with the Chucky movies and then getting into the series. So I always loved the movies growing up. My favorite movie is Child's Play 2. It's even before the first one. Just because I feel like that movie, Chucky gave less of a fuck. You don't mind if I curse on here, right?
Oh, no, you can fucking curse.
Just making sure, because you know certain people have restrictions and stuff. So that's my relationship. Like, I love Child's Play 2. I feel like that's a much bigger movie than the first one. He just didn't give a fuck. And even at the end of that movie, it was just so, like, I don't even know the words. It was very the comments of the movie was very big compared to the first one. I like the whole scene in the toy store where Kyle and Andy's like running around, Chucky's chasing after them, and it was a good time. And I fell in love with all the other movies. And then when we got to Seed of Chucky, well, let me rewind. Bride of Chucky, because I like Bride of Chucky, but I was like, all right, they're making this a little bit more comedic, because the first 3 movies aren't funny at all.
No.
Like, he might say little smart, funny shit, and you might laugh at him, but it wasn't straight comedy. Bride of Chucky, he was literally like, I would categorize this comedy horror, where the first 3 is horror comedy. So I feel like this one would be comedy horror, because comedy comes first and then horror, in my opinion. But did I like what they were doing? Because you are introduced to Tiffany, and like, he's in this relationship with this new doll, I guess, and they're killing with each other, which was entertaining and stuff. And then when we get to Seed of Chucky, that's when I think it got a little ridiculous, because you know, pregnant baby, you know, and I'll be dealing with the child having an identity crisis, and it was just a lot going
See,
on.
the Chucky was terrible. I saw it recently.
It's a terrible. Me, I think I've grown to appreciate it a lot more as I gotten older, just because all the queer I guess subtext in the film as well, dealing with like I guess a transgender kid, and also the parents, even though their dolls dealing and accepting their child being a transgender kid, and also you just have all like the just the regular that we're what we're used to in Child's Play, the funny moments, and now we're dealing with those themes, which is weird in a Child's Play film, but we got it, and it was a lot of fun. But it is my least in the franchise. Now, when we get to Curse and Cult, Curse, it was going back to its horror roots. It was not really funny. They was going back to more like part 1, 2, and 3. And then they get Cult, and we're back to Seed again with all the ridiculous, crazy shit going on. Like Cult, but that's also like on the bottom of my list.
See, I didn't know they went right back to comedy, because Cult of Chucky is the only one I haven't seen yet. So
yeah, it's more. I will say it is more hard than Seed. But they went back to just like the funny moments, especially. I know you haven't seen it, but by this time you should know that there's arms, because I mean, hello, the show. So now you know that Chucky can put his soul into other dolls.
Yeah, hence the Cult.
Yeah, that's the Cult. So their banter back and forth was just a lot of funny, because you see like different Chuckies interact with each other, and it's just hilarious. So I said they can't do another movie. If they do, I don't know what the hell they want to do. So I'm happy that they went to do a show instead of doing another movie, because I feel like it worked so much better in what they're trying to do with, I guess, the franchise, because I see no other movie being like made after Cult, how they did it, how they finished it off. So yeah, I know that's pretty lengthy, but that's
that's fine. I mean, that's a lot to go through.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of, how many films? There's 4, 5, 6, like 6 films, and then now we got the show.
Now 8 episodes of a show, which they actually just, good news for those that are fans. They did announce that we are getting a season 2.
Season 2,
and they're coming. It's coming pretty quick. It's coming out next year. Like, we don't have to wait.
I'm ready.
We don't have to wait till 2023. Well, it depends, because they can say, 2022, and then they'd be like December 2022, and you're like, damn.
Yeah, this time next year you might get it. So that's why I'm hyped, but I have a feeling like they probably just found out too, like the producers and Don Mancini probably found out not too long ago after the world got the news. So they still got to go and film it and do all that extra stuff. So we probably not going to see another Chucky show. And so, yep. Which I don't mind. It's okay.
Yeah, no, but I'm just glad we're getting to season 2.
Same.
And so, yeah, with that, let's jump into this episode, the season finale, titled "An Affair to Dismember." And yeah, that title, we'll get into that part at the end.
Yes.
Man.
Yes.
But so yeah, the episode opens where now I draw a blank. How did the episode open? I forgot.
Of the season. I mean, of this the season finale. Damn, I forgot too. Damn.
Okay. Andy coming to the house. Yeah.
Right. Oh yes. Oh wait. Yeah.
And after what's his face, Junior killed, unalived his father, and they saw Andy ringing the doorbell and everything like that. And so, yeah, Andy, played by Alex Vincent, comes into the house looking for Chucky and Jake. And they play, with the horror montages, with the longing stares and the music playing around, like, oh, is Chucky going to get out and get Andy? Which I thought, because I said before last week when I reviewed the episode, I was like, I feel like this show will be very bold if they ended up killing off Andy. I won't like that.
Same.
But it'd be very bold.
Yeah, I felt the same way. A lot of people, that was a lot of people predictions. They were saying, yo, I have a feeling Andy's going to die this episode. It's the season finale. And I'm like, if they're going to kill him off, I want it to be like an honorable way, because he's been here since the very first movie.
Yeah,
I don't want some bullshit. Yeah, I don't want some bullshit like kill off of him just be a murder, and then he's like, oh, that's the end of Andy. Really? That's the way he's going out. So that's the only like if they was to kill him off, I was hoping that it would be big. Same thing with Kyle, because I love Kyle from the second movie. But yeah, for me, I had a feeling that he wasn't going to go, but a lot of people thought so.
Especially considering how many people, like, they killed off so many people in this first season that I was like completely shocked. So I was like, pretty much if you're an adult on this show, like you're not safe. No. Basically. No. So I was like, okay, we're coming off to the season finale. How are they going to end it off? I feel like they're going to end it off with a bang. And I was like, the only bang I could think of is if you ended up killing Andy. But I was like, considering this it started with Andy, I feel like it should end with Andy. But I'm like, but if you want to tell this new generation, to kill off the old generation. So I don't know. But anyway, they didn't do that. So you see him exploring the house, and Junior's all giddy and everything like that, thinking, ooh, we're going to get another murder. Like, right. And so they're exploring the house, asking about Jake, asking about his father and everything like that. You have Andy exploring the house. And from a filming standpoint, I understood the scene and what they were trying to do, like that whole thought process, like, is Chucky going to get Andy? But from in that world standpoint, I was like, you really about to have this man this stranger walking around your house like that?
Yes, I had the same feeling.
Not even just walking around your house. You got him sticking his hands in your bathtub.
In the water.
Yeah, yes, I was like, what are you doing? I'd have been like, sir, like, could you get out before I call the cops?
Right, because you're asking about my dad, and then you're asking about my dad and his doll. So it's
and you're asking about my cousin. You a grown man talking about where's Jake? We met on the chat room. Like, I was like.
Really creepy. I don't like that.
I was like, this is real creepy.
Yeah. But Chucky, I guess he knew Chucky was around, and Chucky was probably going to pop out and fuck him up or something. I mean, they were roasting him before he got in. I think they made a joke about him like being short or something, and then Chucky was agreeing. I was like, I know, right? I was just like, yo, Chucky, he's a mess.
Yeah, they definitely were. But I mean, I was like, yeah, Junior done went full creep. Like, he was. But so then right after that, he came out the toilet, and which part of me was like, oh, I knew he wasn't going to check in here. I'm like, it's not like he checked the whole house. Right. You could have just hidden like Jake's room or whatever. Like,
exactly. I guess it's because he gargled, because when you heard the gargling underneath like the water, I thought it was the tub too, because I'm just like, oh shit, Chucky's in the tub and he's going to pop out and like cut something. Yeah. But then when he checked the tub, I'm like, then what was I forgot about the toilet. I was like, well, where did that gurgling come from? And then when Chucky came out the toilet, I was like, oh, it was him in the toilet, and I guess he was gurgling in the toilet. So I'm just like, okay, it's weird. How does Big Ass fit in the toilet? I know he's a small doll.
Yeah, I know, but that toilet must have been huge.
Right. I mean, they were rich people, so I mean, whatever. But still,
he was like deep in that toilet. Mm-hmm. God, I'm like, my toilet hole ain't that ain't that big to put a whole good guy doll in there. Right. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to look in that toilet. Well, they were right after that scene. That's when you saw they jumped to Jennifer Tiffany looking for Nika, and you saw Nika, Nucky. I call her because Nika and Chucky.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, Nucky. So you saw Nucky on the ground, or Chucky was in control. So I would call it, I guess, Chica. So Chica was So Nucky is when Nika is in control, and Chica is when Chucky's in control. So Chica was on the ground pretending to be Nucky. I'm gonna get these so confused. And so then she kicks Tiffany and is about to kill Tiffany, and then the other Chucky doll shows up and stops him, and it's kind of where you see there's a little bit of conflict between the different Chuckies, and that they almost kind of had different personalities, because the doll version of Chucky is like, oh, I wanted to have her around, and he runs to her like a little kid, and she tickles him and all this other stuff, and I was like, wait, what is going on? Like, what is going on with these different Chuckies?
I guess
because the question I originally had was like, do they all have like this? Like, are they all self-aware? Or are they all sharing the same memories? Does one Chucky control them all? Or is it a different, like, it's just like aspects of Charles Lee Ray's soul? So maybe some of them aren't as evil as one of them. Yeah. I don't know. That was kind of like my two competing thoughts regarding all of this. And it kind of seems like maybe not so much one isn't as evil, but it does seem like some of them are a little bit more childish
Yeah, I agree with you. And that was my same thoughts as well. Like, I feel like they all share like Charles Lee Ray's soul. They're going to act like him. I mean, it is the soul. They're going to be like him, but they still are not on the same wavelength. All they know is to kill. They have the same memories and stuff, but they're not, I guess their environment is set in, that's what they just react to. But they still know who like Andy and Kyle and Tiffany, who they are. But it's really strange how it's set up. But I get what you're saying. Like it could be a bit confusing how, like, because again, you had the, I guess, is it Nucky or Chica? Which one is Chica? Like you have Chica. And then, like you said, the little other Chucky, and like obviously Tiffany was just cursing Chica out, but then you have little Chucky, like you said, running up to her, and she's like, "Fuck you!"
Yeah, fuck you, fuck you, Chucky.
Hello, Chucky.
Yeah, come here, Chucky.
That shit had me dying. So I guess I don't know. I guess it just depends on the emotions of each Chucky. I don't know. This shit is confusing.
It is, though. But I love how, you know, I got my little blood, sex, gore, and magic shirt on. But yes. I was surprised by how graphic, and even just the fact that they're like dropping F-bombs so willy-nilly.
All right, so let me ask you, do you know this? Because a lot of shows are starting to do that. Like shows that would normally censor curse words and stuff, like USA, Sci-Fi, even like MTV. Now, when like horror movies come on those channels, when they're playing them after 9 o'clock, they're allowed to say the F word now.
No, I didn't know that. I knew some networks are saying, like, they're starting to say shit now.
Mm-hmm.
Like on like The Walking Dead, you'll hear them say shit.
Yeah.
But F bombs I haven't really heard.
Yeah, now they're starting to do that. I'm just like, wow, like, okay. Because I was watching something on FX, and
yeah, I'm like, they're just words. Like if I had kids, I'll let my kids curse. Like they're just words. Like who cares?
Well, it depends.
Granted, not to say it's just words, because it's like if a white person comes up to me and say the N-word, oh, it's just words. No, fuck. No, but I'm talking about like curse words. Those are different. So let me backtrack a little bit. Those are different, just words. I'm like, whatever, like say fuck. I don't care.
Yeah. And it also depends on who you say it around too, because that's it. But I'm the same way. I don't give a fuck. Like if you go ahead, like it doesn't matter. Just do your thing. Just don't say it in front of your elders.
Yeah.
And just, just be respectful.
Don't curse out your teacher. Like don't say it in a disrespectful way. But if you be like, oh shit, dad, like whatever, like
that's cool. That's fine. But yeah, a lot of these networks are doing that now, which is very, very interesting. So I guess I was, and that's another thing I was curious about the Chucky show, because we all know that Chucky forever have, a lot of shit to say, including, involving F-bombs. So I said, if this isn't on the Sci-Fi channel and the USA network, like how are they going to go with having Chucky, like how are they going to like have him as far as him using his words and cursing people out without actually cursing people out? But then it came to a surprise, you can curse, I guess, now after 9 p.m. on a network like that.
Yeah.
And they did that with the movies. I remember they were showing the Child's Play marathon. No lie, I was watching like Child's Play 3. They censored it at nighttime, because I remember it was a marathon. So they played it like around 12 noon, 1 p.m. I watched it then. Then later on that night, I happened to go back to that because I had nothing else to watch. And it was playing like Child's Play 2. And curse words. And I'm just like, they were censoring the shit early, so I guess it depends on the time of the day. So
yeah, which is obviously why they started putting the show on at 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
so they could have the blood, sex, gore, and magic, like literally.
There you go. Literally, your hoodie is literally, that's all that represents the Chucky series, because there's blood, sex.
That's not a whole lot of. That's not a whole lot of sex, because
they're keeping it cute.
Yeah, most of the leads are kids, so there was only that one moment where Junior and what's her face were like in the bed all making out, but then they got interrupted.
You forgot Chica and Tiffany too. They had that little rolly room.
Yeah, they had that little roll, but they weren't really. They were just like making out.
True. You're right about that.
But yeah, so then we jump to the next scene where Jake and Lexi they're talking about and trying to figure out what's going on with Charles Lee Ray and why he's trying to get them to kill somebody. And then another Chucky doll wakes up, and they're like, homage to The Shining. Here's Chucky, and then boom, gets his head blown off. And who is it? It's Kyle. And I'm actually glad they because I thought they were gonna tease like when Andy left Kyle in the last episode. I thought she was gonna show up at like maybe the end of the episode and save him in like one of the last moment. But no, they got it right out the way, and she showed up. Now, granted, part of me is like, how does she know to show up to Lexi's house? I know she knows the character of Jake.
Yeah.
But she showed up at Lexi's house, but I'm like, whatever, I guess I'll forgive it.
True. That is true.
But yeah, I was like, but yeah, she blew it. See,
that one passed me. Now I didn't think about that until you just said something. I'm like, wait,
I've been thinking about all of that. I'm like, how does she know to show up there?
Okay. All right.
But like I said,
maybe we missed something. I don't know.
I was there for the ride. And so yeah, she saves them. And let me ask you about, because I mentioned this before. Have you ever noticed like Zachary Arthur, the actor that plays Jake? Like he be overacting a lot of times with those facial expressions.
Yes, I thought I was the only one because I said that on the podcast that was on Nightmare on Fierce Street. Get that correct. And I said that I actually prefer Devin over Jake because Devin he just seems more natural.
Yeah, he's more laid back.
He's more laid back, and Jake, I mean, I don't know. He's a lot of overacting, and I mean, get it. He's a child actor, and sometimes with kid actors,
but not even necessarily because I'm like Alex Vincent that plays Andy. I'm like, he's not that good. Like, what's the last stuff? Like, he hasn't really been in it.
He wasn't. He's besides
like Child's Play 1 and 2, and then of course Coulson Kurt. What? Curse and Cult. That's I got Nucky and Chica, but for the most part, he hasn't really been in anything.
Yeah, so his acting is not the best either.
Acting's not the best. So like, in that beginning scene when he was talking to Junior and Explore, he's like, yeah, like your mother's dead. Like, oh man, like, yeah, it was like, yeah, it wasn't that good.
Yeah,
it's not terrible. It's not terrible. And
but you could just tell, just like Andy. But I'm happy. I'd rather deal with that than having him being recasted though. So it's just I'd rather see a familiar face.
Like twitching out my eye because you like no, because you said casted. I'm like it's recast.
Recast, sorry. Recast.
Like the actor in me is like
no, correct me. When I fuck up like that, I want y'all to correct me. Don't have me out here sounding crazy. So thank you. Recast. I'd rather have the original actor.
Because he wasn't in Child's Play 3 for whatever reason. I don't know why they decided. I don't know. Maybe he just didn't want to come back or
no. Because I guess they aged Andy up. He's supposed to. He's a teenager.
He was. But
that's the way they wanted to go. Like,
but I'm like, how old? When did Child's Play 3 come? Because I'm like, how old was? Because didn't the movie, like in terms like real life, wasn't there like a time skip? Not within the movie, but I mean like in real life.
In real life, yeah. I think it was like a 3-year difference.
Oh yeah, so he wouldn't have been old enough.
And then part 2 came out 90, and I think 3 came out either 92 or 93. So he wouldn't have been old enough. He wouldn't have been old enough. Yeah. Yeah. They should have just done a script that revolved around at that age rather than let's follow Andy when he's in military school. It's like, why he have to be in military school though? Like, I could have done something else. So I don't know.
Yeah. But I forgot what I was the overacting. Yeah, you said you were talking about with a friend of yours about his facial expressions.
Oh yeah, it was just his facial expressions and just how the whole series is just like, it's mostly when he gets angry, like when he's regular. Yeah,
when he gets angry or even scared, like during it. And the reason I brought it up is that scene when Chucky ripped the curtain. He was just like, I was like, girl, like tone it down. Or there was a couple moments that I pinpointed when that moment, and then when Kyle drugged them, and he was trying to struggle to stay awake. He did the facial expressions again. That was another moment that I pinpointed, and then jump into the end when he got cut when in the theater, and then he had the limp, and he was going like he was mad exaggerated with that limp. He was like,
yeah, I seen
like,
that too.
I was like, girl,
like I know it hurt.
I'd have been like, cut.
Yeah.
Zach,
I know it hurt, but
tone it down.
Bring it down just a little bit. I noticed that too. I was like, yo, he's limping very for that little slice, but I mean, it's okay, I guess.
But anyway, so with that, Kyle finds out more about the Charles Lee Ray house and where Andy and them went, and so yeah, she drugs him, or drugs him, Jake and Lexi. Yes. And then heads to the house, and then that's when we jump to Devin, right? Devin tied up in the chair, and with Nucky, Chica was Chica was in charge.
Yeah, it was Chica in charge, but she was acting like Nucky.
No. This was after she left Tiffany.
You're right.
And they went to the house. They went to his childhood home.
You're right.
And so so it was Chica, Tiffany, and then Junior.
Okay.
And they all come in the house, and of course you could tell by Devin's face, they think Junior was kidnapped too. But then he realized, like, he's looking at them like, what the hell is going on? So then he realized that Junior's on their side too. And like, talking about facial expression, his facial expressions were good.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell, like, he looked terrified, he looked confused, he's trying to figure out what's going on.
What the fuck is going on? Yeah. That's real reactions right there. I don't know. Sorry, keep going. I was going to say something that wasn't.
Go ahead.
No,
you're
go ahead.
You're on the episode too. Like, you're here to give your thoughts. So what are you gonna say?
No.
All right.
I just prefer Devin. But Jake is cool. It's just Devin. But continue.
I mean, hashtag I'm rooting for everybody black. Which I said this before. I was like, who would have thought in the Chucky series I would get my blood, sex, gore, magic representation. I would get my queer representation and black representation, especially from with Devin being gay too. Because I was like, more times than not, as a black queer nerd, I found myself having to constantly choose between black representation and queer representation. Very rarely do I get both.
That's true, 100%. Like,
especially as a lead. Like, Devin, granted, Jake is more the lead than Devin, but Devin's still
he's still like a supporting actor. Like, he's still a lead in the show. Yeah, like he's not he's not like a side character. No, not at all. I don't think of even Lexi. I don't even think of her as a side character. No. I feel like them three, they are the leads. I mean, I know it is focusing on Jake.
And it's crazy how much now I'm kind of not rooting for Lexi, but now I'm feeling for what
don't fall for it. I
hated her. I hated her in the beginning. I hated that bitch.
Same. And I still wanted her to get it.
I wanted her to get it. I say not that I'm rooting for child murder in real life or child unaliving. Because I'm putting those two words together on YouTube. I don't want the stream to get demonetized. But I was like, but for the sake of the show, for a fictional world, I was like, she need to get it. She need to get it, like. Dude, especially in episode 2 when she pretended to be her father, like getting electrocuted. That
was it for me.
Like, no, she gotta go. She gotta go.
And they made like her like this redeeming character. Like I'm just like, y'all do not fall for it. Like, I understand that she's more likable now. I get it, but she still needs to get it.
Yeah, no, but like, she still needs. She hasn't. I feel like she still hasn't fully apologized or gained.
She haven't. No.
Like, or any type of redemption or like I don't know. It's just because of circumstances that they're teaming up more. But she still needs to pay for that shit. Like,
yeah, and I mean, a lot of people are saying, oh, it's because her parents, particularly her mom, like the way they treat her. And
which I get all. I get all that, but that's no excuse.
Yeah, I get it, and like maybe it took for Chucky to wake that bitch up. Chucky was just But one thing I will say, and I realized too, that everybody at least got slashed, punched, slapped by Chucky. She didn't really get slashed or anything. The most she got was cursed out and maybe like choked when he was like in the room with her before the place got caught on fire. But that was it. She didn't really, and for her to be, I
was trying to think, I was like, did Devin get slashed? No, he just got tied up.
He got tied up, and that's true. He didn't get slashed. I could swear something else happened to him.
No, I think he just got tied up.
Well, he at least got tied up and he got almost blown the fuck up. So I'm taking it back. With the Lexi get nothing.
She got knocked off that balcony. They tried to make it seem like it was such a huge drop. Help me. I was like, if you let her go, she's gonna survive. Like that fall was not that far. Granted, no. Chucky would have got her, but they made it seem like because Chucky was like, drop her, kill her, Jake. I'm like, if you drop her, she's fine. Mm-hmm.
Maybe he was saying drop her so I could finish her off.
No. The way they filmed it, they made it seem like if you let her go, that'd have been the end of her. That would have been the end of it. Remember, his goal was to try to get a kid to kill. So he's like, do it, Jake, do it. I'm like, girl, who y'all fooling? This is a little drop.
She probably would at least like sprain her ankle. That's it.
If that.
If that.
But yeah, man. So we get to the scene, and then Chica becomes Nucky again, mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden she's screaming, help me, and then Charles Lee Ray, Chucky, he starts getting aroused and stuff like, he's like, oh, killer, you know what that does to me, Tiff, because he wanted Tiffany to do it, and Tiffany's all crying because she's in love with Nucky all of a sudden because. Mm-hmm. She's fucking treat her better. Fucking crazy. She's like, oh, I see. Yeah, she's like, oh, when you look at me, I see love. No, you see fear, but because that's love to her. Like, mm-hmm.
She has to
as a serial killer, she's being in somebody that fears her. That's like lust for her and exactly. Whatever. So
and being as though that Chucky, he's that, but he's also very disrespectful. I don't even think she's upset that he's more dominant. I think she's more upset that he's disrespectful towards her.
Yeah, because I mean she loves dominant Chuck. Like mm-hmm. even jumping to like the flashbacks where she's like, oh, how come we don't kill each other anymore? I mean not kill each other, but kill together anymore. You don't like it was basically like he cheated on her when she came home and somebody was dead. Like I was like, y'all are crazy.
Crazy ain't the word.
No, it's not. That's psychotic.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But it also created a little bit of a plot hole because in Curse of Chucky, didn't we learn that it was Nika's mother that called the FBI or whatever, which is why he ended up getting shot in the first Chucky movie, which made him become Chucky in the first place. It was Nika's mother.
Yeah, I think so.
But then in this one, they made it seem like it was Tiffany that blew the whistle on him.
Yeah, exactly. Because I remember that scene in Curse, Nika's mother, he had her like tied up and then he said he's about to go out and like do something. I forgot what it was. But then when he heard the sirens, I think she did say something about like the cops or something. So I noticed that too. I feel like that was a plot hole because it's like, are now who actually called the police this time? Was it Tiffany or was it actually Nika's mother? But according to the show,
it was Tiffany, but according to the movie, which connects to the show, it was Nika's mother. So right. I don't know. Maybe that's gonna get explained later on, or maybe that's just a plot hole or whatever.
Or maybe she was just lying. Nika's mother was just lying.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. But so yeah, Chucky wants to get Nika killed, then try to get Junior to do it. Junior doesn't want to do it. He gets scared, and then that's when Andy shows up and interrupts the whole thing. Well, actually, no, Andy doesn't show up yet. That's when Tiffany
she fucked up Chucky.
Yeah, she decapitates
She had
him.
enough.
Yeah, she had enough.
First of all, she caught
at least from this version, because she still, even though it seemed like she's like, oh, I'm done with you, Chucky, but yeah, she's still going along with the plan.
Mm-hmm. So, maybe, I don't know. She have like a different relationship with each of these Chuckies. I don't know how many there are, but it seems that way. It seems like one Chucky she has feelings for, and then they turn their back on her, so then she's fucking them up. But then, like you said, she's still going along with the plan, so that doesn't make any sense. But can we talk about
kind of like that scene when she was like, "Fuck you, Chucky. I love you, Chucky." So
exactly. It's just like maybe she know they have like different, not personalities, but she know one of them could maybe be more accepting of her, so she take her chance with liking another Chucky. I don't know.
It's like Buffy when they say, one Slayer dies, the next one is called. She's like, one one Chucky pisses me off, I just go to the next one.
Go to the next one. Yep, there you go. And she got plenty to go after.
She got plenty to go through. So, well, yeah. What was you about to say? Can we talk about what?
Oh, can we talk about how before she cut off Chucky head, that how the read that she gave him, she cursed him out and said something that she's tired of his tiny little dick.
Yeah, tiny little dick.
Chucky gagged. His face was like,
yeah, that was funny. Like, I think all the Chuckies gagged. Yeah.
Yeah. I was laughing at the reaction more than anything, because it's just like, yo. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that whole thing. I love Jennifer Tilly as Tiffany.
She's
and
great.
their whole dynamic. And then not just that, but even the speech that Chucky was given with all the other Chuckies and all the questions that they ask, like, what's a baby, or what constitutes a baby? Like this whole conversation that they have to have, like, oh, no less than 5 or 6. 5. And I'm like, well, didn't you try to kill Andy? Wasn't he like 5 in the first Chucky movie?
I think he was like, he was like maybe 6 or 7, but I guess they said until they start walking around, that's when they could start fucking them up. So they're all innocent until they start walking.
But but like I said, that whole scene just shows like all the different Chuckies with the different personalities. Because like, like I guess I don't know. Which I just actually noticed the Chucky Funko Pop that you had in the back.
Oh yeah, that's from Child's Play 2. I have something else. Chucky.
Who's that next to him?
That's Michael Myers.
Oh,
and then that's Peter Venkman from Ghostbusters, if you can see him.
Yeah, no.
Right there. And then you should know who that.
I can see it, but I couldn't really tell. Yeah, the Exorcist.
Yeah.
I can't think of her name, but yeah. Linda Blair. There we go.
Mm-hmm. Linda Blair played Reagan. But how did you? All right, I'm gonna just rewind real quick. What are your opinions about the voiceovers? Because that was one thing that bothered me the most. These last few episodes when they did the flashback scenes with Tiffany and Charles Lee Ray. Obviously, it's really what's his name? Brad Dourif and Jennifer Tilly voicing these actors. And even though the actor that's playing Charles Lee Ray's daughter,
I didn't know it was Jennifer Tilly playing the girl, like voicing the girl character. I thought that was actually, because her voice sounded so different.
No, that was her. I
thought it was the actress. I thought it was the actress.
Oh, okay. Then they must have been that good to you. Because to me, I was just like, it was bothering me a lot. I'm just like, these voiceovers, man. It
didn't bother me as much. What started to get to me is like I was starting to see the makeup on the fact that it's his daughter playing a younger version of him. Like the first time they did it, I thought the makeup job was pretty good. But then as it started to get more and more other episodes, I was like, yeah, the makeup job isn't looking as good anymore. And then they keep doing close-ups, and I'm like, yeah, this looks, you could tell it's not.
Yeah, they did a better job hiding it when they first introduced him in the little bar or nightclub, wherever they were in. Yeah. But then when we start seeing him in the light, you were able to see some of the like blotches and just how it looked. And I'm just like, this is distracting a little bit now. But they did a good job the first time we seen it, because it was sort of hidden. His hair was in his face a little bit, so you couldn't really, like, you knew it was him, but it wasn't that obvious that it was somebody in makeup, which is his daughter playing him. So, but when they get to the later episodes,
I still think she does a great job though.
Like, she's amazing. I feel like I will say Fiona Dorff is great. That's her father, and she spent a lot of time with him. So obviously,
not even just that, but playing like 3 different characters. She's playing a younger version of her father. She's playing her father as Chucky, as is in Nika's body, and then she's playing
Nika. Yep.
And then she's playing Chucky pretending to be Nika, or Nika pretending to be Chucky. Like,
there's a lot to juggle. She's talented as hell. I love it. I want her to get her flowers for this show, and just like in general, because that's impressive. A lot of people can't do that. So
she's like the best actress or actor on the show.
Oh yeah, 100%. I agree. Now, where her character ends up by the end of the show, I know we're not there yet.
We'll get to that.
But
man, I was like, y'all are doing this girl so fucking dirty. Like,
what did she do?
You know what?
She didn't do anything.
I was gonna say, fuck it. Let's get to it, since we're already there. But no.
No. Yeah, we still got a lot to cover.
So Andy ends up going into the house and sneaks in through the back, saves Devin, and tries to get him to escape and everything like that, and sends Devin on his way. And that's when we see Kyle. Kyle is not to say she's not as smart, but she wasn't as aware to not go through the front door. Because I guess she hasn't been dealing with, like, Andy's been dealing with these people since he was, since he was a kid. Right. So Kyle only dealt with Chucky and Child's Play 2. Mm-hmm. And so she went right through the front door and caused this huge explosion. And I was like, I was about to get so mad because I was like, y'all better not have fucking killed Devin. I didn't even care about Andy. I was like, whatever, Andy and Kyle, y'all better not kill Devin.
I was like that with I didn't care about Andy either. I was like that with Kyle and Devin because I love Kyle from Child's Play 2. And Devin, I just love his character in the show. So when that happened, I said, you know what? I went past them if they killed them all, because with so far in the show, we weren't expecting the amount of death that we got in this one here, like with the mom, with what's his name, mom? Junior's mom, like Bree being pushed out. Like we wasn't.
I was not expecting that at all.
You know what I mean?
At all.
Right. I wasn't expecting even what's the name? Junior's dad dying.
Yeah, Logan did.
Yeah. I like, all right, if Bree's dead, then maybe Logan is gonna be, he's gonna stay alive. No, they got both his parents out of here.
And they got rid of Devin. They got rid of Devin's mother too. Like,
yes, that's too. So I'm just like, okay.
The only adult that made it is the science teacher.
and
the mother, Lexi and what's the face's mother.
Which I feel like she should have gotten it more than the father, but okay. Because the father, I feel like he was just a pushover. He did everything that the mom wanted. But I guess they're doing it. They're probably saving her for season 2. Because Lord, I feel like the mom wasn't as much of a bitch. More so like in a couple episodes, but then when you get into like the middle and like the later episodes, you start to realize that she's like horrible. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like she definitely never mind, I was going into politics, but she
and you see what Lexi gets
where she get it from. Mm-hmm. So Devin,
she's a Karen in training. So, but
yes,
maybe now she'll get out of that, but I doubt it because she's still white. She's still a rich white kid at the end of the day. Like
that's true. That's true. And I feel like even if both of them were killed, she would still have.
Shout out to the show in Jersey though, Hackensack, New Jersey. Which
Hackensack.
I don't think I've ever been there.
Me neither. I haven't been there, but I mean, there's no reason for me to go there.
Yeah, no. I mean, well, you're not in Jersey, so.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Well, I'm not far from Jersey. I'm in Philly, so like right around the corner. Actually, I'm really like, how far from Jersey? Like 10 minutes away from Jersey, because the bridge is like not too far from my house to go cross over.
Yeah, so. you're. I think you're close to Camden.
Camden, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm closer to Camden.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm happy that Devin, they didn't get us out of here with Devin going away, but it did scare me.
I was like, y'all better not. Yeah, I would write into Don Mancini. I would write an angry letter.
Yeah, like you're not going. You got away with killing the black hair. You got away with killing the mom.
They played it up too. Like they had the whole moment where it's like, oh, the house blown up, and then you saw the headline with fatalities and everything like that. Then they had the music playing, and they had Jake going to Devin's house and crying. Which that scene didn't bother me, like his acting, but I was still like, all right. But. Yeah. Well, you had him crying in the basement and everything like that. But then when Devin showed up, I was like, yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then they had the moment, and which I was like, this, because I said this before in my review. I was like, okay, because they broke up in the last episode because he's like, oh, I can't look at you. Every time I see you, I see my mother or whatever. Yeah. And I was like, oh, what's gonna happen is Jake's gonna save his life. I thought Jake was gonna save him at the Charles Lee Ray house. I was like, Jake and Lexi gonna pull up, they're gonna save him, and then they're gonna have the music, and he's gonna be like, oh, Jake, I can't believe I left you, I love you. And
like a cheesy moment.
Yeah, a cheesy moment. Then they were gonna kiss. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of right, but in a different way. And I was like, they kissed. And I was like, yes, kiss.
Yes.
Even though I was like, that kiss was kind of weak.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. I'm not too sure.
I felt it more from Jake than I did Devin. Like I feel like Jake was committing to the kiss, but I feel like Devin was just like
Devin wasn't, yeah.
Or the actor rather. He was just like,
Yeah, I feel like I'm not too sure about these kids' sexual orientation, but I don't know. Maybe he's straight in real life and he just
I think both of them are, but I'm like,
yeah.
still like
But you're acting, man.
yeah,
Commit
yeah,
to the
acting,
role.
commit to the role. Granted, it's not obviously like they're kids. I'm not saying that they should be
Yeah,
like, but like,
tonguing each other down.
yeah, but
But
like,
you survive an explosion. He's
yeah,
happy that you're alive. So at least
and
like
you're happy to see him too,
yeah,
because they
a
both kind of
hug.
ran to each other.
Yeah, so it's just a little bit more emotion. Not so much I would say passion, because passion can be taken in a different way, but more emotion in that. So I will say Devin should have showed a little bit more emotion in that moment there. So I
Yeah.
think we should take a tally of like acting Devins and Jake's. It's just because we were just sitting there
Because yeah,
judging.
they need to like have a happy meet. Because sometimes Zachary sometimes overdoes it, and Bjorgen
Mhm.
is like very
Bjork, yeah,
subdued. In that moment,
yeah,
he needed to bring it up a little bit.
exactly.
But I was still, regardless, I was still happy it happened. I was like, they need to
Same.
kiss in every episode, like especially with them being a couple or liking each other. I was like, when I first, especially, I'm assuming that they were each other's first kiss.
Yeah.
I was like when I first, because my first kiss, I was 13. I was like, and when I did, after that, I'm kissing all the time. Like anytime I had an opportunity, I'm kissing.
Oh, I was scared. My first kiss was actually 12, and I didn't probably kiss again until I was 14.
No,
just because I was just like, that's another story, but it wasn't with a man. My first kiss, it was
no, my first kiss was with a girl.
Mm-hmm. And then it just got really weird after that. Not with that person, but just my thoughts. But that's another story.
But I was like kissing. We were making out all the time, but
mm-hmm.
until I started making out with guys.
It got worse, huh?
Yeah, it got worse or better. It got better.
I love that.
But yeah, you find out that he's still alive. They make and then they jump to they find out that Chucky has plans for the benefit or whatever, because they're like, what are the plans or whatever that they found out. They're like, oh, maybe my mom's having that benefit with the Chucky dolls and everything like that. So then we jump to the benefit, and Jennifer Tilly shows up. So our celebrity guest, Oscar nominated actress Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah, like, you know what? I love Jennifer Tilly. I mean, I love a lot of her other movies, but I just feel like this is perfect for her. I don't know, because Jennifer Tilly, as Tiffany, like even like when I don't think
I've ever seen her in anything else. Bride of Chucky was probably the first movie I've seen her in.
Yeah, like I see her in little small things. Like there's a movie I used to like as a kid called House Arrest. And it was her, Jamie Lee Curtis, like three other people. I forgot their names though, but I know Jamie Lee Curtis and Jennifer Love Hewitt was in it. And she was in it, and she played Jennifer Love Hewitt's mother. And she was really quirky in her because she was trying to be like, a teenager, even though she's this grown-ass woman, but she's trying to be like her daughter. So I've seen her in that. And then she was in Bound with Gina, what's her name? Gina Gershon. And they played like kind of like it had like a lesbian situation going on with that. She make references in the show, and actually in Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky a lot for Bound. And she just was on little small things I see in there. But every time I see her play a character, I just can't get Tiffany out my head because she's just always so quirky, and it's just that voice. And then I'm just accustomed to seeing her.
She has a very distinct voice.
Yeah, it's like a doll baby. And then if you ever see like interviews with her, like her real life interviews, she's very she's very quirky, but she's a great like person to interview because she actually keeps the conversation going, and she's just you can tell she's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I usually watch like the behind the scenes stuff with Chucky.
Yeah,
because I don't watch it live when it comes on. I watch it like on the internet because I don't have cable, so I usually watch it on the app like the next day or the day after, and they usually have like the behind the scenes of each episode.
Stuff. Yeah, she's great. I love her. So I'm happy that they actually I want to see more of her though. I mean, we got a lot of her in this one here, but hopefully second season.
Yeah, it seems like we are. Yeah, with the way what happens. Yeah, which I'm actually glad. But yeah, so getting with that. So we get to the theater, and Chucky ends up unaliving a whole bunch of people in the. Which part of me was like, at the same time, I was like, why are these people still in their seats that he's able to get all these people?
Right.
After maybe like the first 2 or 3, you would think they'd be out their seats. Like, what the hell is going on? I'm glad I was wearing pants. I'm glad I was wearing pants because sometimes I'd be going live and I don't be wearing nothing under here. So I'm like, I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? Oh shit, my dick is showing. But
look, at least you're not live. So
but no, yeah, I'm not live. I could have edited it out.
Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. You're in good company.
But yeah, I was like, after the first 3 people, like nobody should be in their seats at that point. But
Agreed.
he got like 20, like maybe
like
a lot
10,
of people. Yeah, a lot of people.
And even when it cut to the scenes where you see people running out their seats and stuff, he was still getting people.
Yeah,
I'm like, how is that possible?
Yeah,
everybody's out their seats. Like, what the fuck he's stabbing? But I guess there's people still looking around.
Like,
I don't know. It was really weird. But imagine minding your business and you get stabbed in the ass. Like, oh my gosh. Like, bro, I can't imagine that.
Like, even and the way they did, I love the way it was shot. Like the first, because it was with the father, and they were sharing popcorn, and the blood came out of his. And then she ate the bloody popcorn.
I know, I cringed. I was like, ooh.
I was like, And funny enough, Don Mancini said the reason that because he said in the original script, Lexi's mother was gonna die. But the reason he swapped it to the father is because he said that he didn't think that he'd be, because that Scream, the classic horror movie Scream. He said, I don't think he would have been able to do that. So to get the attention of the whole theater.
Yeah.
So he swapped it out to have it be her.
I mean, it would have been great if it was her. I mean, she got stabbed in the ass. That would have been perfect for her. But I mean, I guess they got bigger plans for her next season, because the dad was actually on Cult of Chucky too, but he played a different character. I didn't realize that. I was like, he looked really familiar. And then when I watched Cult of Chucky, I was just like, oh, he plays the doctor in Cult, but different character on here. He just don't have a beard in this one.
But that little girl, I don't care. I guess she's a level of autistic, but she definitely has some psycho tendencies. I don't think
I will say though, she got my nerves throughout this whole entire series. Yeah, but that was a mood though when she was just sitting there watching them.
I watched like I said, I guess she's autistic, but like I don't know. It's something about like, especially like the actor, like she just
came off like, bratty,
like entitled white kid. Like that's what that gives me.
And given the type of family, like what they are, the type of family that they are, it's just like it doesn't make it any better. Like now, if they were a different type of family, then I'd be like, all right, like cool. Like I know she's autistic, understandable, but in this you can't tell because you can tell they're super privileged, and they got money. And given how the mom is coming off, and then just seeing the kid react that way, it comes off bratty, and I kind of forgot that she was autistic for a moment. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like. But then when we got to the part where everybody was getting stabbed in the ass and she was just sitting there chilling watching the movie, I said that's the mood, because I mean I probably would be doing the same thing like with everybody, but I'm gonna still be sitting here. I'm joking. I'm not gonna be doing that.
Nah, I'll be like, what's going on? And then I get stabbed in the ass.
You probably get that, yeah. Same here. Probably, but then again, I don't know, because black people, when we see
black people, when you see, but no, if it's a bunch of white people running, I'll be like,
exactly.
Yeah,
but if you see a whole bunch of black people running, you don't ask questions.
You see one black person running, you like, nope.
Yep, you just go. You don't know what's going on.
And then once you get to it, you be like, what's happening?
Right. Exactly. Oh man. But yeah, that scene was wild. My mouth was open in that part too. I was just like, yo, these kills are insane, man. These things are wild.
Mad people.
Kills are insane.
Yeah, mad people. And then so that's what you see behind the theaters while that's going on, which I was like, great. I was like, I know the movie is playing, but I'm like, Lexi can't hear all this screaming going on.
Right. But I mean, at that point, what would you do? Even if you heard screaming, you got, your boyfriend, ex-boyfriend with a knife, deciding if he wants to stab you or not, and then you have a killer dog.
Run the other way, like
yeah, the other one, the front way. But at the same time, it's just like they could double team me and then stab me the fuck up, and there I go. But I mean, I feel like at that moment she could at least got a little stab in the shoulder or something. She needed to not walk away clean, because even though she's likable now, that doesn't regard all the crazy fucked up shit she did in the first few episodes. You know what I mean? So I agree. So I at least wanted her to walk away with a scratch, something. Like at least Devin, he was about to get blown the fuck up. Like that's
he got tied up. Yeah,
and he got tied up, and he sees some traumatic shit. He seen all them damn Chuckies. He got his friend about to kill him, and then like it was a lot going on with that situation. And again, going back to Lexi, it's like she walks away without a scratch, and it's just like, come on, man. Like, but what do you think? Let me ask you, what do you think about? Because you know, some scenes they actually used I don't know if they used a little person or a kid.
No, they used a kid.
They used a kid. Okay. Because I know in the very first movie, they actually
his name is Jacob, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like
I said, I watched the behind
the scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, you could definitely tell those moments, and I just find it so cute.
So like they showed the moment when little Chucky, like when she was like, "Fuck you, Chucky, come here, Chucky," and he ran up to her.
I knew that. Yeah.
They showed like I actually saw the little kid.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, you could definitely tell at those moments, those scenes where Chucky's like running or getting up really fast. You could tell.
When he was the Halloween episode where he had the Hello Kitty mask on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That was funny as shit too.
And he put that razor blade in the apple for the woman.
Yeah. And I forgot what he said smart to her, but he said something like, "Oh, if you don't tell me, you might get a trick."
Yeah. Chucky's an asshole.
I love it.
But yeah, so they have that whole moment with Jacob and Junior and Lexi. And Lexi tries to talk like, "You're a good person, Junior. Your heart is the reason I fell in love with you. You made me better because I was such a bitch." I was like, did he though? Because every time he would be like, "Lexi, don't do that. You would do it anyway." Like, did he really make you better?
No, I think she was just keeping his head up. It was actually Jake probably because she spent more time with him and Chucky. Believe it or not, I think Chucky.
It was Chucky that made her better.
Yeah. Scared straight.
The threat, I was just, the threat of getting axed or knifed.
Yeah,
and
that's how you do it.
I don't know, the love of this 14-year-old made him want to redeem himself, and so he protects her from Chucky and stabs Chucky, but then Chucky stabs him, and I was like, oh, they're killing everybody on this. Like, hide your kids, hide your wife, because ain't nobody safe up in here. So yeah, Junior ends up dying in this.
How did you feel about that? Like, did you care if he died, or you were just like,
No, I was surprised. I thought they were gonna save him for more.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna go. I had a feeling because I said he was too corrupted. Like, he fell for Chucky's shit more than anybody, and I know Jake did too. But Jake, I think once he started hanging around Devin more and Lexi more, that's when he kind of just like got out of that. Where with Junior, it was a lost cause because he wasn't because Lexi, Devin, and Jake was not including him what was going on, and then by that time he lost his mom, and then he lost his father.
They did because Lexi did, and that's the thing. That's one of my biggest criticisms about the whole thing. I'm like, Lexi did technically tell you the truth when you confronted her at the theater, and you were like, "Why you don't have to make shit up?" But then once you found out that Chucky was real.
That's when you should have.
There should have been some wheels moving. It was like, wait a minute. Lexi did tell me. All these weird murders and things like that are happening in town that are unexplained. And now I literally have an unexplained phenomenon in my room.
Yeah.
I feel like he would have put 2 and 2 together. But then I'm like, but Lexi did say like, yeah, Junior doesn't have any imagination. So maybe he's just dumb.
Yeah.
But part of me was
But how Lexi was explaining it, like, oh, there's a dog coming after that. And she did it really fast, and she said it in a way where I wouldn't believe her either. I was just like, all right, girl. What the fuck
I wouldn't believe her either. But now you got this dog talking to you, and you would think you would go back to that conversation.
You would go back to him like, yo, Chucky visited me, like we had a conversation with me. He was trying to get me to do this.
Yeah, especially considering how many people he's trying to get you to kill. You would be like, wait, did you kill my mother? Or did you kill my uncle? Did you kill my principal? Like, he was there for all of these murders.
It would have been better. I think they would probably it would be better as a foursome, because if he would have joined them, then it would be for them, and then maybe they probably.
I don't know if you use the foursome with a bunch of kids.
I'm sorry.
I'm like, this is the word of the internet. People be like, wait a minute.
Not no sexual way. It would be better if it was 4 of them teaming up against the little doll Chucky, Charles Lee Ray.
Yeah.
So I take that back. You're correct. Thank you. But it would be better. But I feel like the show probably wouldn't have been as good because Chucky had like he tried it on Jake, it didn't work. He tried it on Lexi, it didn't work. He didn't try it on Devin, but he tried to kill Devin, so he tried it on Junior. Yeah, right. But because they knew Devin was gonna fall for that shit.
Yeah, no.
I mean, no. And then Junior was at his breaking point. You know, he lost his mom. You know, he was close to her. Like his dad, he was just like, with his dad. Because you know his dad was trying to force him to do things that he didn't want to do as far involving sports and activities and make him become like this man that he's
he was
not.
trying to the father was trying to live vicariously through the son.
Yeah, which is not good, and that's truth. Like you know, a lot of parents do that with their kids in real life.
Yeah.
So I understood why Junior went off the way he did and lost it, but at the same time, it's just like you have your friends, man. You out, they won't help you get through this, but
no. But I will say there's one plot line that I thought they were gonna go dive deeper into, but I feel like then obviously with the season finale we didn't get more into it, and then also now the character is gone. But I wanted to know more about the relationship between Tiffany and Logan, Junior's father.
Yes,
clearly there's some type of relationship.
They know each other.
Yeah, they know each other. Because the fact that she walked up to him and kissed him on the lips. She's like, "Hey, Logan," and then he didn't do anything. He didn't move. Like, who are you? Like,
he was like, "What are you doing here?" It was like that type of reaction.
Yeah,
his response.
And then it was like, I thought there was going to be more. Like, I was like, "Oh, there's a story here. We're going to get more." But then he ended up. They killed Logan's character. I was like, "But wait, what about this storyline?" Like,
exactly. Like we was messing around with Jennifer Tilly because it's not Tiffany. Like she's presented herself right now as Jennifer Tilly. She's Tiffany inside Jennifer Tilly's body. So it's just like, okay, how does Logan?
Which is also weird. Which is also weird though, because in Bride of Chucky, it was Jennifer Tilly playing Tiffany. Like Jennifer Tilly was Tiffany. But then you get to see the Chucky. It's like, no, it's Jennifer. Like, I don't know. I'm confused by the whole thing.
It's weird. Like I like that they did that, but it is confusing. It's like, all right, so you actually have an actress playing this character.
Yeah, it'd be one thing if they like specifically said like, "Oh, she looks just like I did when I was human."
Yeah, something, and then left it as that. But now she's walking, the country looking as Jennifer Tilly. So we have to look around like, oh, that's really Tiffany, but that's Jennifer Tilly, but that's Tiffany inside Jennifer Tilly body. I don't know. Yeah,
it's a lot going on. Well, funny enough, and I'm glad you met, because I wasn't even thinking that from that aspect was Jennifer, like that's Jennifer Tilly. Like, how does he had a relationship with Jennifer? I'm thinking like you had a relationship with Tiffany. Like what? What is
unless that? Unless it is that, maybe he thought that was Tiffany, because apparently Tiffany and Jennifer Tilly.
I don't know what's going on. I got questions. I don't know. At the end of the day, what is this relationship? That's what I want to know. But they didn't go. They didn't do anything with it.
They could even say something small like, "Oh yeah, it was somebody I used to date in the '80s or in the early '90s or something." They could have kept it as that. They didn't visit part of their relationship at all. This is really, really weird.
No, but going forward, speeding it up, they ended up taking out Junior took out the other Chucky, and then Jake ended up choking out the other Chucky, another Chucky. The eyes bulging. That was cool. I like that. He was like, I don't need a knife. I just got my hand. I was like, what you gonna do?
He was gangster now. He said, I don't need this shit.
In that moment, he was.
That's how he was. Like, I don't need this shit. I said, okay, I see you, homie.
Well, I thought it was when he was like, I bet you're wondering why I'm so strong. You don't know the power of Dembala. And that's something like, speaking of blood, sex, gore, and magic, and I mentioned this before, I wish they dive more into the mythology and the lore of the magic. Like, I feel like they don't use it as much.
They don't. And they keep adding to it. Because the first one, obviously, you can transfer your soul into a doll or whatever. And then they also say the first person you tell your secret to, you're able to transfer your soul into them. So that was like one of the secrets or whatever from the voodoo curse. But now you can split your soul up into different things, and now it's like they keep adding to it without really explaining.
Then they said it has to be like he can only split his soul into identical good guy dolls. But then it's like, except for Nika, but then they don't explain why is he able to put his body in Nika.
And the Nika, exactly. I'm just like, okay, what's the point of that? Like, is it I don't know. Maybe because Nika knew about Chucky when she was small. Did she know about Chucky when she was small?
No, because she wasn't born.
Yeah, she wasn't born because he's the reason why she's paraplegic.
Yeah. So they don't, like they just be making sure. They just think if they say voodoo and then that just means whatever. they can do whatever. But I'm like, I need y'all to explain this more. Right. And then I'm like, why don't the kids try to learn? Because he learned voodoo. Granted, he had that voodoo guy. Mm-hmm. But he also, we saw in the flashback, he picked up a voodoo book. I'm like, the kids need to try to pick up a book to like try to fight magic with magic. Mm-hmm. Like I want them to dive more into the magic aspect of this whole thing, but they're not.
Maybe they'll do that later. Maybe not next season, but probably later when they put budget and they could probably do some more fancy shit. I don't know. That would be cool. But I also want to see some like some of the older cast. Well, I'm not gonna say older cast, but some of the older actors in the different movies returning. So like maybe the mom from the first one, relationship with Andy. Alive? Yeah, Catherine Hitch is still alive. Detective Norris, he's still alive. Even the little black kid from the third one, Tyler, I would like to see him come back in some form or fashion. So I feel like they should do something like that, start bringing back some legacy characters, just because, I mean, we got Andy and Kyle, we do love them, but I mean, why not have fun with it? Why not bring some returning faces? Some familiar faces, I should say.
I mean, might as well. Once we get to the end of the episode, we see all these other Chuckies are still, they're still around, and Andy escaped with all the Chucky dolls, and we thought, oh, is he gonna go and blow them all up? No. Now it turns out, guess who's back again. Tiffany is she also has the Tiffany doll. It's still around. And so she holds Andy at gunpoint and is like, keep driving.
She burst through that glass.
Yeah, burst through that glass. And I was just like, oh, okay.
I was excited for that.
Yeah. I was like, I got even more questions now, because it didn't seem like Tiffany split her soul. Yeah. But apparently she did.
Yeah. So you don't mind if I tell you some things in Cult, or you want to watch it for yourself? Because I was going to say something.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, end of Cult, at the
spoilers
very
for Cult of Chucky.
Oh yeah, spoilers. Y'all should have seen about it, especially if y'all watching
you say y'all should have seen it. I ain't see it.
Yeah, but you're watching the show now, so it's just like, I mean, at this point it's redundant. It's not really a spoiler because it leads into what's happening here. But at the very end, we get Chica. Yeah, we get Chica and Tiffany. They meet with each other. And then when they get in the car and before they pull off, you see the Tiffany doll behind them in the back seat laughing. So it's just like, you got Tiffany, the human, and then you also got the doll behind her laughing. So that indicates right there that she split her soul up into dolls. But the question is, I'm not too sure if she did it like Chucky, where he done it to, multiple dolls, or she just done it to one Tiffany doll, and then that's it. So I'm not too sure.
I was gonna say, I'm also confused about the logistics of the splitting of the soul.
Same.
It doesn't seem like you're splitting your soul. It doesn't seem like there's not many consequences from doing that type of magic. I'm like, hell, Voldemort the reason he looks the way he does is because of all the constant splitting of his soul.
Right.
But yet I feel like Chucky, like, there's no consequences. But then also not even just that, but like, what are the rules behind this? Because they say, oh, and if you get an innocent to kill for you or whatever, he could split his soul and he could create a whole army. But before that, he had an army of other Chuckies. There were like a bunch of other Chucky dolls that Kyle and Andy were going after. So I'm like,
oh, because yeah, you have to watch Cult because they explain some things too.
Okay, all right, there you go. All right, so
yeah.
So yeah, basically, I need to watch Cult. I need to get in that.
I will say it involves. Do you know the little girl in Cursed? It was her, Nika. I guess the little girl she was looking after. Something involving her in Cult. So I know I said I was too many. Well, I didn't care about spoilers, but that's something I feel like you should get a surprise on. So I'll let you watch that part.
All right.
So it does make sense involving that. But like, you're right though. Again, they keep adding different layers to this damn voodoo curse, and it's like I don't understand why. So season 2, what else they're gonna add to this? Like I don't know. Like what else is gonna happen?
Something else, because I'm pretty sure Glenda is gonna show up. Glenn and Glenda.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I want to see Glenn and Glenda because they mentioned Glenda.
Yeah, they mentioned Glenda.
Yeah, but I want to see them both. But there's theories out there about Glenda being in this episode, this season.
Where?
Sorry, cars. So Glenda, everybody's saying that she is, well, they, I don't know their pronouns.
Oh, the science teacher.
The science teacher. They think it's the science teacher because she was very nonchalant when the doll was in there. Like she didn't really care. And then even when they took her for questioning about the murder of the principal or whoever, like she wasn't like as angry. And then at the very end of this right here, where Jake and Lexi and Devin, they're at the cemetery, it's like they focused on her. So it's like we don't know if she's going to be like Jake and Devin's new guardian or whatever, or
I think so.
She has some type of plan. I don't know. That would be a cool tie-in if that was Glenda, because Glenda would be that age right now. So I don't know. People, like when somebody said that, I was like, that would be cool, but I don't know. Now I want to know where.
I guess and I guess because I'm talking about none of the adults are safe except for the science teacher. That would explain why she's the only one to
make it. Why
didn't
the science teacher get it?
Yeah, why didn't the science teacher get it? So I don't know. Maybe we'll find out in season 2. But then the episode ends with the narration from Chucky, basically talking about. I love that too.
His kill count.
Yeah, his kill count, and 21 of the main characters, and then he said that's not including all the other random stabbings.
Yeah,
I was like, dang, yeah, he did kill a lot of people in this season. I'm
trying to catch up to Mike and Jason and Freddy, man. Particularly Jason and Mike. He's trying to catch up because I think out of all the main villains, Chucky did have like the lowest kill count because he don't have that many movies. But now with the show, we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, especially if you're an adult. But a part of me is like, how far can they take this? I'm like, you got a bunch of dolls, because he's like Chucky dolls all over across America, and I'm like,
yeah, I don't know, man. It's just like
at this point, I'm like, the military need to get involved in this shit. Like,
oh yes. It's like, would they even do something? Because there's so many dolls, you know what I mean? So it's just like, how many dolls did he put his soul into? And then also,
they didn't say how many. We just saw them. We didn't see how many were in that van. And then are there more than just that?
Exactly. So I'm hoping it's just the ones in the van, because if it's more than that, then
because I'm like, how many good guy dolls are still in production or whatever? Like,
right. And they weren't clear about that either, because it's like they didn't say anything about good guys making a comeback from the 80s. They didn't say anything about it, like, this vintage dolls, like they like, are they just shipping them out to random people? Whoever's the lucky person to get a good guy doll, there you go. Like, I don't know. They weren't really specific about these good guys coming back, because if you remember in the 80s, it was a big thing.
Yeah.
So, they didn't explain too much what's going on with that, but I guess we'll see on season 2 as well.
Yeah, we'll see in season 2. But overall, I really enjoyed this season.
Same.
Of Chucky. Like I said, I have my criticisms, like certain the storyline not coming back. Zachary Arthur's a little overacting. Alex Vince's underacting. The fact that they don't explain some of the aspects of the magic, and then of course I want my Devin ship. I want them to be kissing a little bit more. But I do appreciate the fact that you have this horror franchise that has a queer leads. Because it's something you really don't get at all.
We don't see
white, black, Asian, whatever. You don't see that, especially amongst teens. Like, these are teenage characters being played by teenage actors. It's not 30-year-olds playing high school.
Exactly.
So I mean, I appreciate that. And actually, what did I have you on before we wrap it up? What do you think about the Jake and Devin relationship, or just that whole thing in general?
I loved them. It was a lot of moments in this series. I was just like, oh, because certain how they talk to each other and just their relationship with each other somewhat reminded me how I was as a teenager, but I wasn't out as a teenager. But I remember having feelings like that for a person, and still was unsure about myself. So it was kind of like,
yeah,
you know, like a reminiscent type of thing, just like, oh, but then it was also cool to see because this new generation of teens have representation to see and looking like, oh snap, I see myself, particularly a black queer kid on TV that's doing that. So it's just it's really dope to see, and I love their relationship with each other. Again, I'm more team Devin because I mean he had a true crime podcast. He was laid back, he was chill, he didn't give a fuck. So yeah. Jake was cool too, but I know he had a lot of stuff going on. But I like the relationship a lot, and I want to see more of it as it progresses. And yeah, I feel like it's only going to grow from here, especially like all the critiques with their acting. I'm sure it's probably going to change in season 2 if these same characters do come back, if they don't venture off to somewhere else. And if we do get these characters back, I hope we see some growth with these 2 characters as far as their relationship.
Same. So, yeah, I don't think they're going to go off. I don't think they're not going to bring the same characters back. I think they're going to stay in the same.
Yeah.
But we'll see, because I mean, Jake, what's his face did leave with all those Chucky dolls. So, like, what would be the reason for him to come back to Hackensack?
Exactly. I don't know. Maybe someone's going to go down in that truck.
Who knows? They did want Charles Lee Ray's house for some reason. So,
yeah,
I don't know. But so with that, because I don't really have any. But do you have any predictions for season 2 or hopes of what you want to see in season 2?
Yeah, my hopes is again.
Mod is more gay.
Yes, more gay. We need it. Throw it in people's faces again, like us queer people. Even though we're adults and we're watching this show, it's still a good thing to see because again, we didn't see too much of that when we were growing up. I'm assuming you are close to the same age, and we didn't really have.
I'm old.
Child, you're not. I'm sure you're not in your 40s. It's okay.
No, I'm beyond that.
No, you're a lie.
I'm 4,000 years old. Like,
oh damn, okay, vampire.
I'm old. I'm older than Christ.
Ooh, okay. I'm in the presence of a Lord.
The spirit of the Lord is here. No, I'm 36.
36. Okay, I'm 33. So
yeah.
Yeah, so we're close to the same age. So like we didn't really have too much of that growing up, and it's cool to see something like that on TV now, and especially in horror because we don't really see much of that in horror. And if we do see horror, it's always just with 2 white gay men or just lesbian women. You never really see a person of color that's queer on screen, which I'm hoping to see more of because I mean us Black people are gay too. We love horror too. We are, part of the community too. So like we are involved. So it was just cool to see that. And I just want to, like you, I want more gay. I want to see Glenn and Glenda back. I want to see Tiffany back.
Now the trend seems to be like having interracial, like it's always white and the white and somebody, white and black, white and Asian, white and Indian, white and it's never like black and Asian.
Black and black, black and black.
Black and black. But I'm saying like in terms of like interracial, like it's never like black and native, black or Asian and Indian. Like it's always white and blank.
Yeah, it's like, always white or other.
Yeah, whiteness always have to be thrown in there somehow.
Yeah, and it's like, all right, that's cool. But at the same time, no. Like there's other people, like there's other representation that you guys can do. Like today I watched the Netflix movie, that new gay Netflix movie that's out now, Single All the Way.
Oh, that's out?
That came out like I guess yesterday or 2 days ago. And
somebody asked me if I wanted to go to like an early screener for that. I was like, it's not really.
It's cute. It's a cute life. It seemed like it's a lifetime. It looked like one of those lifetime.
Yeah. And then when I saw the trailer, I was like, of course, a love story, white and gay men. I mean, granted, those relationships exist. I'm not downplaying in real life. I'm not downplaying those relationships.
Yeah.
But in terms of like media,
but we see more of that than what we see of us. Like we never see us together on a mainstream big like TV show, or besides like Noah's Ark. And Noah's Ark wasn't really that mainstream because I mean it didn't last that long either. But like it just.
And then once it got bigger, once it built a name for Logo was like, okay, cancel.
Yeah, they cut all that shit.
That was the only reason people were watching Logo. Noah's Ark.
Exactly. Yeah, and RuPaul Drag Race. But now they play nothing but Family Matters and Facts of Life and shit now. Like I don't even know.
I was like, does Logo even still exist?
It does, and they play like nothing but old throwback. Right. There's no reason. Get rid of it. But yeah, I would love to see just more representation in these, and that is representation. But like, you know, I want to see more of us up in there. So yeah, that's my predictions. I mean, I don't want Devin and Jake to break up, but I mean, if they happen to break up, then Devin, find yourself a brother.
Put them on another. Yeah. even though I'm like looking at that school, I'm like, I don't see too many of us in that school, but
right. So, and then also dark skin folk. Again, then when we show up in there, it's not people my complexion too much on, you know, these platforms. So, you know, justice for, you know, dark skinned niggas. I'm joking.
I mean, no, it's the truth. I agree. But yeah, with that, that's pretty much the end of the stream. I'm saying it's like we're live. I was about to say thank you guys for joining us. No, there's nobody joining us. But yeah, but anyway, with that, guys, thank you for watching. Once I upload this, if you could do me a favor, because I should have said this in the beginning, if you made it this far in the stream, first of all, thank you for watching, for the watch time. Hit the like button. It'll really help with the YouTube algorithm and everything like that. And once again, Bobby, thank you for being here on the show. Again, the links for his YouTube channel, everything like that will be in the description box below. But it's your turn to talk, to plug yourself one last time before we get out of here. And then I'm gonna try to get some, well, I'm gonna edit. Well, it's not too much editing. I'm gonna just like take out what I did at the beginning and then I'm gonna upload the shit. But eventually I'm gonna try to get some level of sleep because I work tonight.
Yeah, get some sleep, man.
But yeah, I just want to plug yourself real quick.
Okay. I just want to say, well, again, thank you again for having me on. This was a blast to talk about this with you. And I'm happy that you invited me on. Long time coming. I mean, obviously,
thank you for saying yes.
Of course. You
could have been like, because I could have been like, hey, you want to come on the show? Ew, fuck you.
Never. No, because I convert. First of all, no, I converse with you often on Instagram, and like you're a great dude, and like I watch your content all the time. And then when I see you, when I'm doing my stuff, and I see you showing love, I make sure that I try to plug you on just because like you doing some like really, really dope ass shit. And
yes, give me all the compliment. Words of affirmation is my number one.
No, you are. I'm loving what you're doing, man. I'm loving what you're doing. And you're raw, you be yourself, and you don't really give a fuck. And then you call people out on their shit when they say some out of pocket stuff. So we need more people like you out there doing that. And I'm just so happy that you are doing that. So I just wanted to say thank you for being you. And then also, again, thank you for having me on. But you can find me Bobby Torres with a Z, not an S, on Twitter, also on Instagram. Bobby Likes to Spooky on my YouTube channel, also on Instagram. And yeah, you find me there and subscribe, say hello, and show me some love. And that's it.
With that said, like I said, guys, hit the like button. If you like what you see, check out the other videos on my channel. If it's your first time or maybe not your first time. And make sure you tell your friends, families, and neighbors about my channel to help me continue to grow. I'm almost close to hitting 5,000 subscribers, guys. So let's see if I can make that new milestone on the channel, because it's
going to happen.
I want to do this full time. Granted, I can't do it full time with only 5,000, but we're gonna make that.
We're working there.
Yeah, we're working it. We're working that train. We're massaging these gay oils. I don't even know what I don't even know what the fuck that means, but that was the first thing that came out of my mouth. But anyway, guys, yeah, be on the lookout. The next thing I'm probably gonna drop, because I still need to watch Arcane.
Okay.
I'm on episode 6 and some other stuff. I don't know. I'm behind on a lot of stuff because, I'm working overnights.
Life.
I be coming home. So when I come home, I just go straight to sleep.
Yeah. Like, I feel you.
Yeah. So like a lot of times I'll be like, oh, I got to watch still He-Man. I got to watch and record He-Man. But yeah, I haven't even seen it yet. But yeah, I've been so tired like these last like couple of months. But that's why I'm trying to find a day job. But yeah.
No, I feel you.
Not there yet.
Even with a day job, again, I'm the same way. Even with a day job, I work full time, and it's just like I haven't really been recording anything as of recently, just because I've been tired. You know what I mean?
No, I need a day. I need a day job where I can work from home. So like,
yes,
while 100%. while I'm working, I can stop and be like, record a video real quick.
Yeah, let me record on my break or something.
Yeah,
let me upload this while I'm doing this over here.
Yeah, that's what I need. That's the ideal thing for me. So we'll keep our fingers crossed on that one. But anyway, people are like, I don't care about this personal life. or they probably dipped off anyway. Oh, the review is over. Bye. Anyway, guys.
No.
Thanks for watching. And yeah, check out, hit the bell notification button. So when I post up another video or decide to go live, maybe going live for next week for Hawkeye, see if I can get Frankie and Ron to stop being stubborn. But yeah, hit that bell notification button. So when I post my next video live that you know about it. And with that, we are out.